Yeah, when you're feeling down and you're out, like you got nothing but doubt. You're alone in the crowd, just trying to figure it out. All of this cloud and this money got you feeling left out. Listen up to me now, every word that's out of my mouth. Wake up, it's me.
We'll read to you. Coach Brad Stevens was in a tough position, one of the toughest positions, dealing with all these guys with attitudes, all that bleep, all the things weren't fair to me, but it's not about me. That's why I don't expletive and complain. I don't give an expletive what nobody say. I sacrifice the most out of anybody. I'm a top point guard in this league. I feel like it's a fresh start, whether I'm here or whether I'm gone.
Well, that's a whole lot of you said just then.
Yeah, I said what I said.
Let me ask you this, Terry. What went wrong with the Celtics this year?
I feel like, from the beginning, obviously we had big goals, and a lot of people had big goals for us, and the first 5 games of the season, you just seen things go downhill from the beginning. I feel like we wasn't playing like how we wanted to. The game plan wasn't. We didn't go out there and execute the game plan how we wanted to. So I feel like we had to make adjustments. We had to change the lineup, and then we just couldn't get things right ever since then.
Let's go back to the quote. What exactly is it that you did sacrifice, in your words?
I sacrificed, obviously my talent, I think the most. Me being out there and giving my full style of play, how I play, how Terry Rozier play. I feel like I couldn't be that person this year.
And why do you feel you couldn't be that person?
Just obviously in the shadow of some guys. I feel like a lot of the ball was in either Kyrie or Gordon Hayward's hand most of the time. So I feel like, either Terry Rozier was just in the corner or, just on the bench.
Because going into this, so when you say guys and you just you mentioned by name Kyrie and Gordon Hayward.
So, yeah.
But which one of those two are you talking about?
Well, so when my name first get called, I'm out there with Kyrie Irving for a little bit of half of my minutes. So, I'm really not being my position. I'm not being Terry Rozier because I have to adjust to how Kyrie plays. And then when, Kyrie goes out, Gordon Hayward comes in, and I feel like his usage is super high. So a lot of things are getting called from him. A lot of plays get called from him. So that's pretty much.
So it's both of them. Equally, would you say?
This is for me. I'm not saying what goes on for the team, why we wasn't successful for the team. I'm just talking about me. And like I said in my quote, I don't complain. That's not me. But that's just what it is. It's the truth.
How difficult was it for you to play the way that you played and to lead this team the way that you led them last year in the postseason without Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, to then come into this season and not only have to obviously return to a reserve role, but to basically, as you would say, really sacrifice your game in what amounts to essentially a contract year for you? I'm not talking about now, as you reflect on it. I'm talking about at the beginning of this season, when you realized the magnitude of the sacrifice you were going to have to make. How did you feel? What were the kind of things you said to a Brad Stevens or a Danny Ainge?
Well, I like to add that things was all good before we actually started. I still had the positive mindset that, we was going to make it work. But, ever since that day that Kyrie, announced in front of the fans that if we would like to have him back, he would come back, things I felt like shifted left for me. And I just seen the way people treated me with the attitudes, and I feel like I was just thrown all the way in the back seat. And I just had to adjust to that. And I talked to Brad multiple times. I talked to guys multiple times, but I just feel like it was just nothing that nobody.
Who's the attitudes when you?
Wake up, it's me. You're gonna follow your dreams, or are you just gonna be another cog in the scene? You feel the hope in this beat, yeah, the hope that you need to proceed and be exactly what you want it to be. I feel right and I'm proud, hype and I'm loud. I'ma shout all about how I feel in the now. Ain't nobody ever gonna try to change me till I'm dead, pushing up daisies.